Welcome back, everyone. It is Friday, October 31st in the NBA. My 6 favorite plays are on the way, including a plus 1900 player prop as well as a plus 1500 parlay at the end of the video. If you're new, my name is Austin. It is Halloween, and normally I would dress up for something for the video, but I'll be honest, if there's anything I'm dressing up as, it's someone that's pissed off because you guys are really starting to grind my gears, and you might see some fire out of Austin. You never see. Now let's talk first about yesterday. I get it. I went 0-2. LaMelo Ball, 24.5 points, 2-unit play. He didn't come through. I would play that every single day of the week. He went 1 for 9 from 3. If he maybe makes a couple more of those, 2 for 9, 3 for 9, still below his averages, he probably goes over, and maybe he's a little bit more confident. Khalil Ware, trash me all you want. The man shot 4 threes. He went 0 for 4. Every single one was wide open. Bam, ended up chucking up like 13, 0-2. And man, if you go down below in the comments, that -5 units, you would think is a move the decimal over. I'm down 52 units on the season. Need I remind people, NBA is by far my best sport. I mean, you see the units. I recap every single pick, win or loss. There's a lot of people on here that come on, give you picks. They lose. They ain't coming back here and recapping. They'll just move on, act like nothing happened. I'm here every single day recapping picks, and people are down below acting like I don't know what I'm talking about. And it's starting to piss me off. It is. Because I know what I'm doing. And you can't sit back and say, Austin, I get it. The season's been a bad start. Have we started off bad before? Yeah, there was a season I started 0-6. The people started chirping out of their mind, and I went on a 17-0 run, 17 straight, and we made that 0-6 start look like nothing. And I'm going to do my best to do that once again. But we cannot sit back here and say, Austin, you've lost it. Yeah, but your picks are trash. Like, LaMelo Ball, whatever. Khalil Ware, I mean, the guy shot 4 threes. If you go back to previous days, Kristaps fouls out, D'Angelo loses 10 minutes. Maybe Reeves, fine. You can argue that was not a great play, but he cashes points and assists. The day before that, Miles Turner shoots 5 threes. We needed 2. Doesn't make him. Lou Dort shoots 6. We needed 2. Doesn't make him. You go back to the day before that, Ja Morant can't get us 2 more points in the fourth quarter. He's banned. I mean, there have been good reads we have made. They have not gotten the job done. At the end of the day, it's a make or miss league, and we've been on the bad end of things. Either we're taking under. Honestly, unders have been pretty good to us, but I digress. We're taking over, and the guys just aren't making shots. And, people are acting like I don't know what I'm talking about. And you know what? That's fine. There's going to be some people that might never come back to this video, and that's fine. But when you guys come back to me, save the criticism. Actually, you can put any criticism you want down below. But come back to me at the end of November, end of December, and if we aren't positive, I'll give you every single one of you a free month or 2 or heck a year of our Dub Club. This is by far my best sport. We're going to get dialed in. The shots are going to fall our way, and we're going to absolutely cook the Bucks. That's what we do every single year. It's okay to start slow. I mean, gosh, down 5 units, and people think it's like 75. Man, I'm grinding my gears. Let's have a big Friday. I've been in the lab for 4 or 5 hours, cooking up this card, getting you guys the best possible plays. Maybe I'm a little grinded from Lamar Jackson kneeling down last night. Maybe so. Couldn't sleep last night, but I'm locked in. I'm delivering you guys some winners in some NBA Cup games. That's the end of my rant. You can trash me as much as you want in the comments. At least if you're gonna trash me, you better fade all the picks. And let me know how your bankroll does after that. Let's dive into the games. We'll dive into our first play. Lowry Markkanen. Give me his over 33.5 PRAs. I'm playing this for 1 unit. Now you could say, Austin, you're chasing your losses going up from half units to 2-unit play or 1 unit. At the end of the day, I'd argue if you're NBA is my best sport. Maybe MLB, fine. You can trash me there. MLB's never been my best sport. NBA is one that I'm very good at, and I really trust the reads. And I would argue we are long overdue. Some guys to knock down some shots for us and to see some good positive shooting regression. And I would argue now is probably a good time to raise the units on the plays, because I wouldn't be shocked if finally some luck goes our way and we string together a sweep of a day. Certainly would not shock me. But as for Markkanen, one of my favorite plays, like the PRAs, I think there's upside and rebounds and assists here. Now, I'm not here to get creative and try to get sharp and take an under on Markkanen after he already torched the Suns. He dropped 51 points on them, but he also had 14 rebounds and 3 assists. So again, the PRAs are a good angle because he can grab some rebounds and assists. And again, these are NBA Cup games, so they do mean something. Even point differential means something. So at the end of the game, they might put Markkanen back in, even if it is a blowout, because having a positive point differential does help in the long run of getting into the play this Cup games. But again, Markkanen's been too good. 3 straight games with 38 or more PRAs. And while yes, the Suns are going to switch up their defensive game plan on him, I just don't think they have the size or answer for him. This is a very undersized team, starting Royce O'Neal at the 4, Ryan Dunn maybe. Like, they just don't have the size to slow down with him. And maybe he doesn't drop 50 points. Yeah, we know that. But I think there's upside for him to score 25 to 30 points, given his field goal attempts. The last 3 games, 23, 32, and 19 field goal attempts, 6, 17, and 12 free throw attempts. The usage is way too high. This is a guy that had a down year last year. Now he's coming into this year. He's fully aggressive, and he's a mismatch. The Suns don't have a single player that can guard him. And if they want to double him, fine. We'll take some assists, but I think there's upside in every category based on how I think the Jazz play defense tonight. I think there's upside in some rebounds. I actually have another prop on the Suns side at the end of the video. We'll talk about that soon, but I really like Markkanen. Give me his over in PRAs. I'm not getting sharp there. I don't need to. My second play, Pascal Siakam. I get 2 plays for him. 1 unit on his over in PRAs at 40.5. And then I am sprinkling on the triple-double, which is plus 1,900 on FanDuel. Do I think Pascal Siakam gets a triple-double tonight? Probably not. It should not be plus 1,900, though. I think it should be closer to plus 750, plus 1,000, not 19 to 2,000. And Siakam just came very close to getting a triple-double. I think he ended with 8 assists in one of his most recent games. Now, him and the Pacers are heavily banged up. We all know that. They're down Tyrese Halliburton. He's probably out for the year. Benedict Mathurin, also injured. Nembhard, injured. And Obi Toppin, injured. So this is a team. Those are 4 key rotation guys that they rely on for minutes. Well, now they're very devoid of talent, and they're relying on guys like Jabari Walker and guys like Aaron Nesmith to create offense. And in turn, you see Spicy P get the rock a lot and help set up the offense. Now, if you just look at the last 2 games, you'd see that, well, he's at 51 and 43 PRAs. He hasn't really shot that efficiently. 24 and 23 shots. Last game, 9 for 23. So not a great shooting game. But again, 12 free throw attempts in both games. So you're telling me he's shooting 24 times and getting 12 plus free throw attempts. The usage is great. But the reason I'm going PRA as well as a triple-double is because there's upside in all the other categories, especially here against the Hawks. Now, the Hawks will be down Trae Young, so they'll move fast still, even though Trae Young is not out there. But you think about who he's going to guard. Is it Jalen Johnson? Maybe. He's not a good three-point shooter, so he should Pascal should be down low at the rim. Or is it Zachary Reese or Mo Gay, one of those guys? So he should be down low. He's not like he's guarding Kristaps, who will take the center out of the equation. And this is a guy in Pascal Siakam that's been rebounding the ball really well the last 2 games against Minnesota. 10 rebounds on 15 rebound chances. Again, that's Gobert and company. He also had 8 assists on 19 potential assists. So again, rebound and assist chances are there. Against Dallas, another big team, although AD did get injured there. But again, 13 rebounds on 17 chances and 3 assists on 13 potential assist chances. So again, the opportunities there. I really think this is a guy that has to carry the offense at home. I would expect some better shooting from his teammates, so maybe some uptick in assists. But again, I think he can get a triple-double. If he does, he probably goes over this PRA line. I think the usage is way too high. I think he could realistically, he could get a triple-double, or he could drop 30-plus points and soar over this line. Like I said, the Hawks, faster playing team. They're going to move fast. Kristaps will stretch the floor. This is a Pacers team that already doesn't have really much size. Siakam will have to close some defensive possessions. He'll be down there. He's not going to guard any of the super high usage guys, maybe Jalen Johnson. But again, Jalen Johnson not known for being a three-point shooter. So Siakam can go under every single screen that Jalen gets his way. Love Spicy P. My third play is going to stay in the same game. It's a guy that's going to replace Trae Young in the starting lineup. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, over 19.5 points plus assists. Again, a 1-unit play. All the plays in this video, if they were on any other day, maybe mid-November, December, I would probably play them for more than 1 unit. I'd probably play them for 1.5, 2 units. But again, I'm lowering my unit size because it hasn't been a great start. Playing these for half unit felt like it is this service. Half unit, what's that gain to me? Give me a 1-unit play, though, here on Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who we've bet on this season. He's been good to us, and now he likely enters the starting lineup for Trae Young. Now, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, like I said, should start in his place, and I think they're going to need his scoring and ups and playmaking because this is a Hawks team that doesn't have a ton of it. Now, they do have guys off the bench like Luke Kennard or Keaton Wallace, but again, a guy like Nickeil Alexander-Walker is pretty aggressive. We've seen his last 4 games, 23, 19, 20, and 21 points and assists. Let's keep in mind, Trae Young's playing in all of those games, except for the most recent game when he left early. But again, the offense wasn't really, I feel like he left early and the offense was like, oh, crap, what are we supposed to do? Now Nickeil can have a little bit more of a game plan of what they want him to do. And he's an aggressive shooter. We've seen him already attempt 15 or more shots in 3 or 4 games this season. So he's been shooting a bunch. We already talked with the Pacers, not a team that has a ton of size. So you should be able to get inside or maybe have some good assist opportunities. And they're also a team that let's be honest, even though they're down guys, they're going to provide a lot of ball pressure. So again, you're going to need a guard out there to bring up the ball. And Nikhil is a great guard defensively, so he's always out there and he can knock down threes. Whereas this team is very devoid of guys that can knock down threes. I mean, you think about this lineup that they're going to start. It's Nikhil, Kristaps, sure, but then Jalen Johnson, Dyson Daniels, and Reese Sachet. Like those are, I mean, Reese Sachet is a streaky shooter, catch and shoot guy, but again, Dyson Daniels is not shooting threes. Neither is Jalen Johnson. So they need guys that can stretch the floor off the bench. Onyeka Okongwu, again, not really shooting a bunch of threes. So you've seen already, we just backed D'Angelo Russell against the Pacers, and he only played 20 minutes, yet he had 19 points and assists. So again, Nikhil is a guy that has been driving a good amount, and I think if he drives, he should have some success. He also is good at knocking down some open threes. He's not afraid of shooting it. I really think this is a good spot to back him. So I like his over here. The Pacers rank 21st currently defensively versus the pick and roll ball handler and 30th versus free throws. So again, if he wants to maybe free throw cheese his way like his cousin, he certainly can, but I do think there's upside for him in the pick and roll game. It's not like if they want to double team him, they'll leave Kristaps wide open. If they want to do anything else, it should be Onyeka Okongwu diving to the rim. I think there's a lot of upside for him in both categories here. Not touching rebounds because he doesn't do that. Points and assists, a pretty good angle to take with NAW. My fourth play, I know we've been good on unders. Yeah, I have one for you. It is Aaron Gordon under 17.5 points. I'm playing it minus 114 on DraftKings for 1 unit. There is some injury news for the Nuggets in this game. Jamal Murray, I believe, is questionable. Cam Johnson, questionable as well. Truthfully, I don't really care if either of those two guys play. Cam Johnson, I don't care. That man has been a no-show. Jamal Murray, obviously, we would like to play because if Jamal doesn't play, Aaron Gordon goes up in the pecking order. But regardless, I'm not too worried about Aaron Gordon here. Now, yes, he had a 50-point game earlier this season. He couldn't miss. He should have made 10 threes. And if that happens, you just tip the cap and you move on. But this is not a good matchup for him. He's historically struggled versus the Portland Trailblazers. If you look at his last 4 career games against them, 12, 8, 2, and 9 points. Michael Porter Jr. didn't even play in one of those, and Jamal Murray missed in another, yet he still went under. And I think it goes to show the size that the Blazers have to throw his way because they have a guy like Denny Avdia who is basically the same size as Aaron Gordon. So again, Aaron Gordon get mismatches down low. Probably not going to work. And maybe it's a mismatch on like Shaedon Sharpe. How often is that going to happen? Since his 50-point outburst, he's under in every single game with 17, 9, and 9 points. And while I get this is an NBA Cup game, if I'm the Blazers, I am letting Nikola Jokic score as many points as he can. I'm just limiting the spot up shooters and the guys like Aaron Gordon that are just cutting to the rim. And we've seen that. Gordon this season, 40% of his points are coming on spot up shots, where the Blazers currently rank 3rd. Again, taking away those spot up opportunities. And if he doesn't get the spot up, where is he scoring? And the restricted area, where he scores 33% of his points, and that is where the Blazers rank 7th defensively so far. We know Donovan Clingan, a great rim protector. I get he'll have to defend Jokic. He'll have to go out a little bit, but again, I think Jokic is going to have to shoot threes to score here, so I don't mind a ladder on his threes, but I do think that this is a tough spot for AG to just bully ball them down low. Denny Avdia can match his size. He'll play a lot of minutes. He also could get Aaron Gordon into foul trouble, given how aggressive Avdia can play. And while this is an NBA Cup game, Gordon will get his minutes. That's impacted in this line. I don't think he deserves a 17.5 line. So again, I see it as a really tough spot for him. Could he go over? Yeah, any player could. But I think he has to shoot efficiently on his shots, and I don't think he gets a ton of them. So Jamal Murray, love as he played, but I don't like Aaron Gordon's matchup. Give me his under in points. Just a tough one for him. I think Jokic, I honestly would be on Jokic in threes if I wasn't getting burned so often by 3-pointers. I can't do it again, but he probably makes 3 threes tonight. I just think he's going to be left wide open. Donovan Clingan's not coming out of the paint. Also, Time Lord Robert Williams could return tonight. That wouldn't hurt us here either. Now, I do have a Dub Club exclusive play today. It is an over in PRAs. It's a 1-unit play. If you want it, you can join and get 50% off. Felt bad putting one behind the paywall, given a slower start to the season, but it is what it is. You don't have to join. It doesn't matter. Over in PRAs, 1 unit. If you want to join, 50% off down below. Again, I try to do a Dub Club exclusive plays for all the people exclusively paying for the picks early and stuff like that. So again, if that grinds your gears, I'm sorry. And then I have 2 final plays. I'll dive into this one and then a long shot parlay in just one moment. I took Devin Booker for 10 plus assists. It is plus 180 on BetMGM. Unlike the other plays, it's only a half unit because I can't get there with assist props taking a full unit play. I just can't do it. I refuse. Every time I take an assist prop, their teammates suck. And that could happen tonight. But I do think Devin Booker has some upside here for 10 plus assists at plus 180. I considered going higher, but if I ever go higher, it never works. But like I said, this is a solid matchup for him against the Jazz. And if you look at the first time these teams matched up, Devin Booker had 10 assists. How many potential assists did he have? 20 8 potential assists. And I get it went to OT. 28 potential assists, and he only managed 10. If you look at his teammate, Colin Gillespie, he had 18 potential. And how many assists do you have? 13 of them. Thanks. Is Devin Booker just washed and can't pass the ball? No, his teammates just did not help him out. Returning back home here to Phoenix, though, I think this is a great spot. His last 2 games versus the Jazz, 31 and 28 potential assists. He's their number one guy. And as I said before, this is a Jazz team. If you drive on them, they converge. They do not want you to score in the paint. And in turn, they give the most catch and shoot threes and 3-pointers made in the NBA. 3-point attempts, 3-pointers made. Devin Booker will drive and he will kick it. It comes down to Royce O'Neal, Grayson Allen. Can you knock down shots? I really do like that they've started Mark Williams recently. Mark Williams, a much better center, at least scoring the basketball than Oso Ighodaro. Maybe not defensively, but Mark Williams can actually do something with the rock when he gets it down low. Oso, I feel like he's nervous to shoot the basketball. So he gets it and tries to pass it. I think Mark Williams being in there helps us. And like I said, 4 players have had 15 or more potential assists versus Utah. Talked about Gillespie, talked about Booker. Harden had 17 potential assists. He converted 11. Drew Holiday had 19, only converted 8. Coming back home here, the Suns, who have not been good this season, are favored, I believe, in this game. I think he has a chance. If you look at Booker's last 43 games where he's had at least 15 or more potential assists, he's averaged 9.3, going over this line 47% of the time. So almost 50%. I don't think this should be plus 180. I get D-Book's probably not going to go 10 plus this many times this season, more than 50% of the time, but at plus 180, I see value there. I would expect a slightly better conversion percentage than getting 10 assists on 28 potential assists. The lineup out there is not Dylan Brooks. It's Grayson Allen, a great shooter, Royce O'Neal, a great shooter, and then Ryan Dunn and Mark Williams. So again, he should get plenty of opportunities. Gillespie's solid, but again, D-Book will have the ball in his hands. This is a play-in, NBA Cup game. D-Book's going to have his chances. Just comes down to if his teammates can knock down some shots. I'm confident the chances are there, though. And he will pass it to them. Just make sure they hit him. And you know what? It felt like a good thing to do today, given all my fired up energy, to put up a parlay together. And I'm calling this one COS shuts up the haters. Playing it for 0.1 unit. Yeah, I'm shutting up the haters today. I parlayed 4 of these picks: Aaron Gordon, Pascal, Nikhil, and Markkanen. I'm not touching D-Book because I refuse to lose on probably one of the last legs of the parlay being an assist prop. I just refuse to do it. I think he's all or nothing. He's also only half unit play, whereas all the others are 1 unit. So I put together all these. I didn't include my Dub Club exclusive play. It's just the 4 plays in the video. Threw a boost on it. 0.1 units will turn into 1.5 units. We'll love to see that come home. And if that hits, well, we're probably in the positive this season. Simple as that. Either way, those are my picks. Apologies for the fire, man. I don't really let the haters get to me. It is what it is. I just think it's funny that people think that I don't know what I'm doing here. And so I'll shut them up, kill them with kindness, whatever it may be. We're shutting them up on a Halloween Friday. We're trying to get the job done. Again, thank you for tuning in. If you want to join the Dub Club, I get the NBA plays haven't been great. I assure you, by the end of December, we will be in the positive, if not 10, 20 plus units. So I'm not too worried about turning this season around. NFL, we've been cooking over there. So if you want to join, I'm going to be posting all my NFL plays, well, most of them today throughout the day. So again, now it's the time probably to join because a lot of those lines do move. And I know the NBA, we started off down, but we're up 25 units in the NFL. We've been cooking the books. We're only on to week 9 in that sport. So again, if you want to join, you can. Long video. Thanks for tuning in. It's Halloween. Let's have ourselves a day, and I hope we crush the Bucks. I really do. I really love the card today. I wouldn't put out this many plays if I didn't love the card and didn't feel like we would do a little bit of luck. We're crashing the books. We're destroying them. I'll see you guys back again on Saturday with some more picks, as well as if you want to check out the NFL videos, those are already live. You bet, well, not live, but I'll be dropping NFL picks all day in the Dub Club. You should get in there. 50% off, link down below. See you in the next one. Let's go, baby. Come on.